Hello, Divine Feminines. How are you? We are going into a very, very energetic, exciting time. If you did not watch the video that I posted yesterday, it's one of my favorite videos I've ever done. And it was amazing reading. It was very different, and I would watch it. I know I posted it at a weird time, and so I think it probably got lost in the shuffle of it all, but it was very, very good. Okay, let's get some showing me like a bouncing ball. Huh. So feeling a lot of heat in my body, and I can I get one of these cards has ever fallen on the floor. Interesting. Since the armadillo does kind of wrap itself up into a ball. Set healthy boundaries. 3, Empress. Okay, we're going to take it. As a Pisces moon, I truly hate boundaries, but I have been working on them. So this is my Divine Feminine card, open to infinite possibilities. That, and there's a couple in this deck. Parrots, watch your words. Give with gratitude and grace. Very interesting new cards. And then we have the shine card on the bottom of the deck, which I have been getting that shine message really strongly. Why do they want me to use this deck? I don't like this deck. Let's see what we got. Let's pull a couple cards. I'm not going to do a full reading with this deck. To be honest, one of my mentors made me get it and learn it, and I just had a lot of resistance to it. Kind of knew that card was going to come out. The Universe, Lust. So we have more Lion and Leo, and the Empress. So we've got 2 Empresses so far. Dominion. So that was kind of like the 4 of Wands card, which keeps coming up. Bottom of the deck is the Moon. Oh, Fortune. Interference. Okay, well, I am getting a message, even though Fortune is in the reverse. I do feel, God, those are strong cards. Magician, Tower, Page of Cups, Fortune, interference. Somebody has learned their lesson, and they learned their lesson through their feminine intuition, their intuitive side. Somebody you've been dealing with learned their lesson through their it has to do with the emotions, very strong. I think that's regarding, I think it's mostly the masculines for you, but it could be other people in your life that kind of played with your emotions. Something big happened, some kind of emotional manipulation happened, and I feel like there was a big lesson learned in this eclipse season. Wow. This first eclipse. Okay, the first eclipse is the lunar eclipse in Libra. You're going to get some kind of message or recognition. Some of you it's a message, some of you it's a recognition that will make up for what you've been through. More to come. Okay, more to come. Guess we're leaving those there. Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups, 3 of Swords, Hermit. Something caused you to withdraw your energy from a situation. Could be a boss, could be your masculine, could have been father figure, dealings with the father issues. Six of Cups, Queen of Cups, lots of swords, overthinking emotions. Three of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Five of Wands. Could have been to deal with loss or divorce or disintegration of marriage, an entity, a contract, a business. There's going to be a turning point here. That corner, the dark tunnel in the corner will be turned. You're going to come to see something very clearly. It's funny. It's like things you thought were very, very important and how you held them kind of on a pedestal, I want to say. I don't know why they're giving me pedestal. It's like the people you were dealing with, the person or people you were dealing with it's going to recognize you in a way that's very gratifying for you. But by the point that comes, I even think there may be an apology. The point that comes, you're going to be like shining so brightly and be so fearless. The Badger card's under that I would be surprised here if the Empress, I wouldn't be surprised if the Empress comes out. Yeah, just shining so brightly. In the reading yesterday, I think this card was in the same position but reversed. And so you're going to be shining so, I think these three cards came out yesterday. Look at that. Sacral and solar plexus and victory. Wow. Crazy cards. Okay. Look at that. Just see, I said contract too. You're going to be shining so brightly and you're going to be so like feeling so much better. I know like it's very in kind of, it gets a lot of clicks, I think, online to really talk about the eclipses just being negative. This isn't a particularly intense eclipse corridor here. And they're saying what's intense about it is like how dark the dark is and how light the light is for some, not all. So by the time you get to this point where it's all like the light, your light is on, you're really not going to even care anymore, because it was this transformation that was important. It was so powerful. Now they're saying, if you haven't been paying attention, what's important about this card? Oh, there's two eclipsed moons on this card next to her. One swan and one shield. And she actually has a mermaid tail. Like I told you, I don't love this deck, but maybe I'm going to learn to love this deck. The guy who made it was a witch, Aleister Crowley. Aleister Crowley. It's like there's a whole book on just the symbolism in the cards that I am not an expert on Thoth deck, so maybe I will become one. So this is the reality of this, is that you're really going to come to see some people for who they are in this. You know, you may think you already know, but you're growing so much. You know, the more we ascend, the more we can see the good and bad in everything, right? We can see that what seems to be coming through so strongly is purpose. And they're highlighting a card for me. Oh, this card. this lust card. And that like nothing is good and bad, but thinking makes it so is kind of what they're saying. And that you're gonna kind of come beyond thought, right? Like you're going to see that everything plays its role in the puzzle of it all, and that it's not good or bad, it's vibrational and it's metamorphical. I feel like Spirit's just showing off lately, honestly. It's crazy. It's just like the messages are so strong and so intense. So you are going to be mourning. They were already looking at death card again. I think yesterday we had 4 death cards. With me, they just kind of tell stories. They give like narratives. You are going to be mourning someone from your life. And sadly, I know who this is for me. It doesn't have to be a feminine, but there's a strong emotional energy here that you thought, well, this person would never treat me this way. No matter what, this person would have my back. They would treat me, you know, in a lot of ways. I think you would consider this person family, quote unquote, even if they're not in your family. And I think for those of you this is resonating, this is not the person over here that I was talking about with the loss. This is something that happened for you that somebody greatly emotionally let you down. And I think you're going to come to realize in this tunnel, in this transformation, in this metamorphosis that, you know, we have Queen of Cups twice here, right? This lunar eclipse is about your emotions. It's about who you give access to and who you trust and who you let kind of muck around in the, what are you saying? Even in like even in your shallower emotions, it's like who you let in. Now, they're not saying, oh, you should be guarded. Oh, I saw a card that doesn't belong in there. But you are going to be able to speak your truth. And regarding this situation, regarding this person, regarding your loss, there's a loss that happened here. And simultaneously, your masculine has also dealt with a very similar situation. And I think this was like karmically something that had to happen for you. And now I'm tasting apple. It's just when someone betrays you that's very close to you. Empress card again. 4 of Wands again. 10 of Cups. You know, your heart was very scarred. And I think it's taken a really long time for whatever resolution is to come. You know, you see how there's like a person in the light right there? Like I said in the beginning, the dark was very dark and the light is going to be very light. And that doesn't mean, I don't think here that this means that you are going to get everything you ever hope for in the situation, or it's going to be completely resolved in terms of total victory. But that being said, you are going to receive what you need from it. Some of you, this has to do with the house. I've been getting 4 of Wands for like a week and a half straight. It's just crazy. Some of you may be like in, I don't normally do these kind of readings. They're just all about the masculine. But for you right now, there's something very important going on. And what they want to tell you is that this situation, some of you have been thinking, if I just had made different decisions, this wouldn't be here. And I wouldn't have to have gone through this. And they're just saying, no, that's really was not the case. This was something that happened for you, not to you. And you're going to see that. You can't see it now, but you're going to see how much this made you expand. And on the flip side of that, it really caused like a death and rebirth in your masculine that you're not really prepared for yet. It's like you had to take this huge step forward. Like, I'm not going to be dramatic because I could say a lot of things right there, but you had to take a very big leap all at once. And they're showing me the starfish, and the starfish, it's all like by the feelers, right? By the tentacles. And the starfish doesn't move all that fast. And the parrot, right, flies, right? So I think there was something having to do with, you really were on this journey with your masculine, just thinking and moving quite slow in a way because there was so much feeling involved. And this is the universe, and this is also the universe, these 2 cards. And they were saying in a way you were kind of getting trapped by your own like feeling, emotion, and intuition. And this was just like kind of a giant shove off a ledge that you had to jump in the dark, and you learned to fly. I get it where they're going. Okay. So you learn to fly by being shoved out of this really difficult portal. We'll call it a portal. And this was a destiny event for you. Whatever happened here, it was really to break you open. And your heart chakra, you are becoming like the master of your heart chakra. And I see here all of this green and blue and this victory card here at the end with the angel of love. And yes, you did have to leave behind Oh, they're showing me this green and blue with his heart shining in the middle. You did have to leave something behind for a minute, and it wasn't like you intentionally were like, I'm gonna leave this behind. It was just put on pause because it was like a critical event. And I think for a while you have felt kind of lost in terms of like, they're showing me this castle in the distance, and then this card, and this people arriving at this destination finally in the rainbow, right? All of the yesterday the reading was about how your chakras are all aligning and getting lit up and connecting to each other, and how it's making your heart come on to basically be like in full strength or power. And I feel like you've been searching for this metaphorical spiritual home. That's not to say it's like a people or anything else. It's not anything. It's like you searching for your home. And that can be like any way you want to interpret that. It's like, I keep hearing like, when you find it, you just know. And I think sometimes for some of us, we thought we found certain things and they were more ego-based. Such an interesting card. They are highlighting the blue and the green a lot. If I called, would you answer? Healing. Hurting you hurt me more than I ever thought it would. The Alchemist. That's the energy I'm getting off of this. And it's weird because I think it's a door behind her, but it kind of looks like a prison cell. And then beneath her feet is like the whole world. And we have the 2 and the 3 of Wands over here. And it's kind of giving me this searching inside yourself with like the Hermit energy, where he's also, I think it's a he on that card, I'm not sure, radiating this love like inside, right? You may have felt restricted on like all sides, like a metaphorical prison, you know, like I know I have felt incredibly restricted in terms of going out. Anyway, that's another story. Okay, did I wait too long? You're on his mind. Why do you even like me? I miss your touch. Sacred Geometry, Lemurian, Fool's Gold, you see through my mask. A lot of these cards today. I feel stupid for running. Magician vibes, Mercury. So, not only do we have the eclipses, we have Mercury retrograde, we have spring equinox, and we have the beginning of the astrological calendar. Have you forgotten me? You changed me. I couldn't say it, but I felt a lot of the same things you did. Empress energy. I saw your car. Paper money. Aquarius. I drive by your house. I write texts and delete them. Gold. Something is telling me to talk to you. Yes. So your divine masculine feels very much like talking. The parrot is telling me that. First of all, he thinks you can help him understand what the heck is going on with this death energy here. And that you might be able to help him with this situation of whatever is going on in this, you know, battle of sorts, altercation. For some it could be court, for some it could be, you know, I listed it in the beginning. There's situations, and it's going to be different for everyone, but the same, right? That's just how this journey works. And could be family too. A lot of family cards here. And that he sees you in a strong energy, even if you don't feel it. And that came up in reverse. He's really realizing he made so many errors because of his past wounds. He made so many projections onto you. He wants to, it's like, have a face-to-face with you. I think it's kind of like some of the things that you said or are just being around your energy. It's like haunting him. There's this like ghostly feeling. It's like this ghost. See, I said it could be legal or marriage or something. He feels like has overcome some of anxiety. When I first started shuffling in the very beginning, they were giving me the word anxiety, and they were giving me this bouncing ball. And it's kind of like the up and the down has been really intense. And that some of your masculines may have gotten some kind of diagnosis like bipolar or something like that. And I feel like he really wanted to shield you from what he felt was his flaws. And in the same way, you really felt self-conscious about your own flaws. Like, I think this was a while ago. And you're both coming to see, like, how kind of just unnecessary that is. Like, I feel like you're both coming to this place, or you will be coming to this place through this process of resolution that's happening, that you don't have to control, like, people seeing your flaws is okay. This is just, it's so like a normal feeling, I feel like it's so, things you used to be very sensitive about and emotional about, like the bringing up the moon again and try to hide, right? Like, so the armadillo and the ball, the vulnerable part of him is in the middle. He curls up all of the armor around it, like we do with our heart, right? And I feel like even some of you may be like wanting to work on your posture or wanting to work on it could be physical, it could be like your voice, so your voice projects. I feel like you're even wanting to like put your soft underbelly, they're calling it, expose it more. Like, you may have really, they're showing me all sorts of different things. They're showing me like all the ways we protect this area of our torso. And I talked over the last 2 weeks a lot about the armor coming off of our heart, but even the fact that like our spine often like collapses to not project our voice forward or not radiate our heart forward. And I've never had a message like this come through. It's they just keep bringing up the peacock, which I think is such a really beautiful thing, and obviously it's a male peacock on this card, but you know, he's got a crown and he has all of his plumage, I'm using this word, up to say like, look at me, look at me, look at me. It's just talking about how small his brain is, which is funny. But there's this wanting to project your energy out of your voice, and the divine really being in your throat chakra, which is pretty amazing. I do feel an energy here of like I forget what it was now. Oh, it was the parrot card. Watch your words. Definitely watch your words. Like, mean what you say what you mean, and don't manipulate it if you don't want to be manipulated by words. And they do keep drawing me back to the Three of Pentacles. And in this card, you know, the Three of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite is about building a cathedral, right? And it's somewhat about family lineage where, you know, you'll never see some of the future generations, and the past generations would never see you, but we still, you know, carry on with our family. Even if we don't have children, we still are part of that tapestry, the woven. Like, they're showing me that there's a woven tapestry behind these pentacles, right? That you are a member of the spiritual family, regardless of your actual family. And they want you to know that. Like, for some, this may be a sibling or a parent or somebody in your family that you thought would never break apart from you or break the family. And they're really saying, this really isn't about you, even though it feels very, very personal. And don't let this be, you know, in our heart. I would say one of the most profound things I've done is work in the high heart. And like a shaman friend of mine did a meditation, and we did a journey together, and she went into my high heart, and they're showing me like we went into the house of my high heart, right? So there's a house you build in your high heart, and they're showing me like the mantle of your high heart. It's like what you place there as pieces of importance, like tribute to your life, is kind of what you, for lack of a better term, worship or you know, go to war for, or whatever. You consider these the most pivotal, important relationships and events of your life. And they really want you to be careful about building an altar full of pain, which I think is one of the most beautiful messages I've ever heard come through. Now, pain has a purpose, and it teaches us, right? They're not saying don't feel, but pain serves a purpose. That is, you feel pain, and then you should try to alchemize it into love the way that you can, the way that it will teach you to be powerful, and not powerful at the cost of other people, but powerful in your own ability to shine your light. And they're saying, like, if you keep pain on the altar of your heart, you will not shine as brightly as if you turn that pain into power. And your masculine is also realizing this by you doing this, because you have been doing this. But this particular event that I'm talking about, and if this relates to you, you know what I'm talking about, that if you allow it to be on your altar, it will partially consume your light. And they don't want you to do that. They really want you to understand that sometimes people serve powerful karmic lessons in our life to do this process of going through the dark tunnel into the bright light, going through the darkness of a cocoon to emerge in a different form. And we wouldn't have that journey if it wasn't for them. And it's all like perfectly aligned. And there may be people around you talking about how could so-and-so do this? How could you ever forgive them? They're saying this is the fool's gold energy here. It's like, you don't need to buy into anybody else's narrative about you. Because this is not something that everybody goes on in this lifetime. So your masculine is having, or will be having, some very big, oh God, revelations. I have a pain in my left wrist. I got this before, I remember. It was about the abuse that he suffered from his mother, and that he's waking up to how tied he's been to that. And now there's tears coming out of my left eye. On highlighting Mercury here, that he's going back over, or he will be going back over. I think this is going to happen during these astrological transits, that he'll be going back over all the things that she would say to him that hurt him so much. Look, I'm still healing wounds from a past relationship. I'm so afraid of rejection. I send you telepathic messages. This is all about like the communication stuff. They're saying, will you ever forgive me? I don't want to keep hurting you. And part of this like understanding, which isn't, I've talked about it forever, I feel like, is like, why do they want me to get one of these cards? Okay. Is that this is all throat chakra stuff. Sorry. It's clearing. I also can feel in my lungs process grief, that he has a lot of grief to process that he hasn't ever processed about. This is, I feel, very directly related to the mother. They've been giving me like cancer symbols for a while here, and like I feel like he loved his mother. He loves his mother. And she hurt him so badly. Oh, man, sorry. Very intense energy that he's going to prove, he's preparing to illuminate. And part of you just triggers that energy for him all the time. They're saying it never went away. Even when you two were in separation or weren't really active, even if whatever. So there's like this point that you just trigger. Okay, know the difference between shame and guilt. Stop looking for happiness in the same place you lost it. That's a very interesting card. You can't have a positive life with a negative mind. I think this one is important because they were highlighting this mind card here. And then you've come into this energy where nothing's really going to, ow, sorry. My body's like really having a lot of channeling. Okay. He's learning that he just didn't see things correctly. You know, you're in Empress energy, but he's in Magician energy, and he's seeing that he manipulates a lot of emotions because of this contraction that he has and the guarding of his heart, and most especially he's seeing it with you. And he can't really understand that he could hurt other people and it really wouldn't affect him, but with you it affects him a lot. And he just thinks and thinks and thinks and thinks, but I feel like he doesn't really take action. There's a baby crying outside, which should tell us a lot. Okay. And part of what he's dealing with is, man, I feel like this is really long. Part of what he's dealing with is that it is a physical, like, desired energy for you, but it's way more than that too. Look, I love you. It's way more intense than any kind of other desire he's felt that way. Like that lust card, it's kind of like the physicalness of it really makes me feel like there's like a fear that he'll be consumed by it. And I think part of that is the mother issues. There's a fear that he won't recover. And, you know, we know that feeling, right? We know the feeling, but we do recover. But still, sometimes we fear that. See, 6-9. They've been giving me the Cancer symbol. There's 3-6-9 here a lot. We fear like we won't survive in a lot of ways, and there's 3-3-3, 6-6-6-9. So, and then again the 3. So, you know, Queen of Cups is a Cancer card. There's just a lot there. There's a lot of energy on there that needs to be addressed. And he's, as you do it, whatever you're processing, he will also be processing too. And a 3 here. Opening up that the heart and the throat is going to be really important. And shining that light. So let's get advice. I hope that helped you. I know it was a very roundabout kind of, I feel like the feminine has kind of been stuck for a bit on the growth path, and you're getting ready to take like a big old jump, and he's gonna follow suit here. But, you know, they are saying it's a big jump. Okay, you have go outside. He has focused intention. Together you have guardian. Past life, Isis. So this card doesn't come out very often. It's a really powerful card. Bottom of the deck is fertility. And receptivity. So you've been indoors too long, go outside for some fresh air. He has keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions based on your target, and you will make your mark. And then there's you are loved. You and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected, which is an interesting card. And then this situation involves your past life memories, and I would say that it involves past life karma. Like I talked about in the reading. So you can work with any of these entities, ascended masters or crystals, dragons, call them into your energy field. Creativity fell out. You have moonstone. We've got a lot of moon energy, cycles. He has peace, soul sight. The purpose is really coming through too. And then healthy body and gratitude. And they're saying don't neglect your body right now, even though you may be much more focused on your emotions and your mind and other things. A lot of you will be being called through this ascension process to your purpose in life, which it is important for you to find your own way to serve. That is something that allows you to ascend to. Blue and gold dragon strengthens you to stand in your power with wisdom, awakens you to your majesty, wear your cloak of power with pride. I love this one. Lilac fire dragon transmutes to the power of divine love, open up to transcendent love and enlightenment. Purity of heart brings peace, hope, and joy. So 2 peace cards. Wow, fierce energy, very fierce. Thor's red and black and gold dragon protects you in times of change, a time of rapid transition and transformation. Relax, you are safe. I think in the reading yesterday, I talked about not having to force things, not having to do much. Sorry, throat chakra. Okay. Crystal yellow dragon opens you to higher learning and wisdom, expands your crown chakra for illumination, walk the spiritual path. And these. He's really looking to have peace in his life, which is amazing. You know, using the violet flame here also is absolutely amazing. I feel you're just heavily guided by your third eye right now. Oh, look at that. Wow. Those are the 2 most psychic cards in the deck right there. Isis is also super powerful. Odin, psychic insight. Look at that. Forgiveness. That's crazy. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So powerful. You have your third eye is open. See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. I feel you're heavily guided by your intuition. He's Master Jesus, forgiveness. You are on a path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father, healing is possible at this time. And it may be that his father didn't stand up for him, but for some I'm getting that message. This blue lotus here. He's just gaining a ton of wisdom. Mary Magdalene, teacher awakens. You have something important to share. Follow your inner call. Don't let anything stop you. That's your purpose. Horus, cosmic gateway. You are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. And then we have Sanat Kumara, light activation. Shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through. So again, with the peacock, You're being very highly illuminated to stand out, heavily guided by spirit. It's a really beautiful message, actually. So if the situation I talked about in the beginning applies to you, I'd love to hear anything you want to share about it. I'm so curious, because I don't usually get messages like that coming through. Sorry, guys. Imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for life. Yes, sexual union. Honor the place of one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you'll find true bliss. And we have reflection and a message for you. I do think your shining light is really attractive to him. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that it will all work out. I'm thinking of you at this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. So I hope these messages served you. And if you want a reading, they're on my Etsy. And I'm so thankful for all of you that like, share, subscribe, comment. It really helps me. Yeah, that's it. Bye for now.